do it.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Hey everyone, how are you all doing today? So in episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, we were introduced to an incredible lava planet called Mustafar, one of my favorite planets in all of Star Wars. This was where the Clone Wars officially ended and where Anakin Skywalker met his fiery doom after an intense duel with his former master, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Since then, we've seen Mustafar in Rogue One and the Vader comics and have learned that Vader claimed the planet for himself and built his personal castle on it to always remind him of his defeat at the hands of Obi-Wan Kenobi in order to strengthen his connection to the dark side. We also learned that beneath the castle, he built a portal that allowed him to go back in time, or rather, see people beyond the living. We also know that Snoke's ring is from the catacombs beneath Vader's castle. Now, in the Vader Immortal game, which is canon, the new canon VR game from Lucasfilm, we learned something very interesting in it. Some of the backstory of Mustafar is revealed, and it's something that makes us realize that it hasn't always been the deadly lava planet that we all know and love. A long time ago, Mustafar was once a green and lush planet filled with life. Its native inhabitants cared for it, and life was abundant. This was partly because of an object that the native Mustafarians possessed, called the Bright Star. It nourished the planet and made it thrive. On the planet also lived non-Mustafarians, including someone named Lady Corvax and her husband. They lived in peace with the people of Mustafar, and they interacted with one another. But one day, Mustafar was attacked. It doesn't say by who, but the attackers look oddly like Wookiees. Lady Corvax's husband fell in battle. She was heartbroken like Anakin was after Padme's death. So, she stole the Mustafarian's Bright Star, believing that it would restore life to her husband. Like the Force, though, sometimes great power is too much to control. The energy released by the Bright Star destroyed much of Mustafar's life, and all of its vegetation reduced it to fiery wasteland. The Bright Star would eventually be hidden in a temple deep within the planet, beneath where Vader's castle now stands. Inside that castle, and further down below it even, lies Lady Corvax's sanctum, a sacred place where the Bright Star is said to be hidden. No one can enter into it, even native Mustafarians. Only a direct descendant of Lady Corvax may go inside, but even he or she must have the key, which only Lord Vader possesses. Then, once inside, only that descendant can wield the Bright Star for evil or for good. Vader wants it to help him achieve immortality and presumably bring Padme back to life. The Mustafarians want it to restore the green planet to what it once was. So, who will get to it first? And will either side be able to use it for their purposes? Or will the Bright Star have its own agenda? I guess we'll have to wait and see in the next episode of Vader Immortal. Now, this raises an interesting theory for me. Could perhaps Kylo know about this key? Will we see him go back to Vader's castle in episode 9? That's something that I really want to see. For him to go there, open the doors to his castle and enter the different rooms and chambers and have different force-back visions, kind of like Rey had. We do know that the Acolytes of the Beyond are searching for something to do with Vader's armor. It could be his lightsaber or, a piece of his chest plate or something like that. Maybe it's this key. Now, if Kylo could get the Bright Star, he would either use it for good or evil. It depends on where his character arc takes us in episode 9. But maybe this is what the Knights of Ren have been searching for this entire time. It's a very interesting theory, and I think a lot could be made upon this. So I want you guys to theorize with me down below. Hope you enjoyed this canon video. Hit like if you did, please, and I will see you all in the next one. Until then, remember, the Force will be with you always.